Alright, so today I'm going to be giving you all a full tour of my insane $24.77 thrift haul, which contains many good finds in my personal opinion at least. For the price I paid, which was $24.77, as said, I ended up buying 6 different items. Some big, some small, some rare, some not, some really good, some kind of normal. But overall, I'm very happy with each and every single item that I purchased, and they all fit a category that I was looking for or was wanting to some extent. But I do suppose I shouldn't hold off for too long now, should I? I should probably go ahead and hop right into, well, actually giving you all the full tour of what I've bought at the thrift shop over the last couple weeks or so. And so as such, let's go ahead and hop into it with the largest item I purchased, which is an Oscar cooler by Coleman from January of 1979. I bought this cooler right here for $5 flat at one of my local thrift shops. And I will acknowledge I really like it. I love the design of the sticker right here. I think it's a very nice look overall, I will acknowledge, and I love the white shell down here with the green lid. I just think it's a really interesting look for a cooler, and I think it's got a really nice retro design going on. I love my coolers, I will acknowledge, but when it comes to coolers, I do have some personal preferences, and I gotta admit, I prefer more interesting coolers than not. I already own a Pontiac Aztec cooler, which I love very much, but it is a bit small to carry some of the things that I might want to carry sometimes. And so as such, I was looking for a slightly bigger cooler, and this one fits that specification for me. I can fit about 2 bottles of liquor plus a couple glasses and a bunch of soda slash just other cold drinks in this cooler, and it is going to work amazingly for, well, day drinking videos. I've actually already given this cooler one test run before, and it worked amazingly. So I ain't got no complaints on my behalf about this purchase, and I am very happy with it. $5 for this cooler, I feel like was a steal, and I just had to wash it out because it's a little bit grimy on the inside, but it's all good now, and I'm loving it, let me tell y'all what. That's the first item that I wanted to showcase during this video today. Moving on to the next item, we have something that I would have to say is maybe even a little bit more niche than the cooler I bought. The cooler I bought, I think a lot of people may be able to admire it. It's a cooler from 1979 after all. The next item I bought, though, is a backpack. But this is no ordinary backpack. This is a Timbuk2 backpack. Now, Timbuk2 is a brand of backpacks and messenger bags that was originally founded in San Francisco back in the day. And while now they produce most of their bags in China, they are still much higher quality bags than not. And they do still run a pretty penny as well. But I got this bag right here, which I'm pretty sure is a Timbuk2 like travel bag. I got this bag for $5. And it's in overall very good condition in my personal opinion. Now, I don't know exactly what model this is, I will acknowledge. I do know that it's a discontinued model that is no longer made anymore. But what I do know is that this was a good buy for the price. I mean, like Timbuk2 bags, they normally run like 120 to 140 bucks kind of thing. They can get quite pricey. But this one, I'm like, it's just lightly used. I'm like, the zippers up here get caught on this, just a little bit kind of thing. But ain't no biggie, I just gotta be careful about it. These zippers open up very well. These are a little bit tough because they haven't been open in a while, I could just tell, but they work just fine as well kind of thing. And condition-wise, this bag is in great condition. We can see the bottom is not particularly scuffed up or anything like that. The back padding isn't ripped or anything like that as well. Got a bottle opener right here for when you need to crack a beer on the go. And we can see it's also got the Timbuk2 logo right there as well. I have owned a couple different Timbuk2 bags over the years, and each and every single one of them is great quality, and this one is great quality as well, and I'm looking forward to using it as my new like grocery getter beater backpack. I will acknowledge I have other backpacks that I would personally much rather carry on me every single day for my EDC. But I think this is going to be the backpack that I just like leave in the trunk of my car, and whenever I go to the store, I can just shove all the groceries in this backpack, especially since It's got a bottom, and it doesn't fold in on itself or anything like that kind of thing. So it's gonna be especially good for like carrying eggs and stuff like that kind of thing, because it's not gonna be able to get compressed all on itself if I accidentally put something on top of it or slam into a wall with the backpack on my back or something like that kind of thing. This is gonna be a great grocery getter bag, and I'm looking forward to using it, let me tell y'all what. And I also think the colorway looks absolutely fantastic. I'm very happy with this purchase, and due to the fact that it's been, I'd have to say, probably about a year or two since the last time I found a Timbuk2 bag in the thrift shop, well, I'm especially happy with this purchase, I will admit. But that's the second item I ended up purchasing from the thrift shop. Let's go ahead and move on to an item that y'all have actually already seen before, but it's an item that I figured I would include anyway because I bought it at the same time as some of the other items that I am featuring during, well, this video today. And the item I am referring to in specific is my orange Casio F91W that I bought for $2.99 at my local thrift shop. As said in a video all about this watch that I made previously, I walked into the thrift shop, I saw this in the case, and I knew I immediately had to have it. And so I bought it right there and then. And overall, I am very, very, very happy with this watch. I think it was a fantastic purchase, especially since these new are like 25 bucks USD. And that's without even considering the fact that this colorway isn't even sold in the United States. So this was a very rare find, and is a find I am very glad to have found. Yeah, no complaints on my behalf, that is for sure. Very happy with this watch, I will acknowledge. But let's go ahead and move on to the next find, which is, I gotta admit, there's some really good finds in today's haul. If you ask me, at least. I mean, like the cooler, great find. The backpack, great find. The watch, great find. But the next item I'm about to show y'all is something that I have genuinely been looking for the last year, year and a half. And I knew without a doubt that I was eventually going to find one at the thrift shop. But I didn't know when, and I thought I was going to find one pretty easily. But no, it's been about a year and a half since I started looking for one. I was finally able to find a pipe rack at the thrift shop for $2.49. Pipe racks can be pretty expensive when you want to buy them new, like minimum 45 bucks. For me, I was like, I'd much rather spend that money on either pipes or tobacco. But a pipe rack for $2.49, I certainly can't deny that. And we can see there are 8 different slots for 8 different pipes just in each corner over here, or since this is rounded, I do suppose it's not really the corner now, is it? But on each side, there's 4 slots for 8 pipes total. And we can see there's an area in the middle as well for a tobacco jar. Now, this pipe rack sadly did not come with a tobacco jar. It is missing that, but if I can find a jar that will fit this area, I will be using that jar, I will acknowledge. And we can even tell just looking at the bottom of the rack that this has been used. Just looking, I want to say, right about there, we can actually see there's some white specks on the wood. Now, I have not at all like wiped this off or anything like that kind of thing quite yet, but we can see there's a little bit of ash and stuff like that kind of on this pipe rack. Whoever had this, they smoked pipe. This is an OG pipe rack. It looks like it was probably made in the 1970s, just with the staining and with the build and everything like that. I don't know exactly when it was actually built. In fact, I don't actually know the brand of this pipe rack. That's just the bottom of it, though, I will acknowledge. But overall, this was an amazing find, and I'm very glad to finally have a pipe rack for all the pipes that I own. Well, actually, I do think I own more than 8 pipes. So not quite for all the pipes I own, but for a good amount of the pipes I own, I'm very glad to have a pipe rack that I can put them in now. That is for sure. And I am, to say the least, very, very, very ecstatic to have finally found, well, something I've been looking for the last year and a half. I've been looking for one of these for quite a while, and It feels good to have finally found one. I'm not gonna lie. It really does feel good to have finally found one. Man, it looks good. I think it's gonna work really well to hold my pipes. I just gotta find a jar for the middle to hold some stuff, maybe hold some lighters rather than tobacco and stuff like that. This thing is good. I just realized I've got some like pretty big mason jars. I could just put like a mason jar in the center of this. Like, I don't think it would fit exact, but I think it would look pretty good. Actually, I might do that. I might try that. I just realized that literally just now clicked that I could put a mason jar in the center of this. I'm gonna have to remember that. I have some pretty big mason jars that I use for tobacco and stuff. I might have to do that. Honestly, I'm gonna have to see if it fits just fine, even if it looks a little bit too small. I mean, like, it's better than having nothing. It's better than having an empty hole right there, kind of thing. Hey, I'm very happy to have found this pipe rack, and I gotta admit, this rack is as nice as your mom's rack. That's what I'm saying, you know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Super nice rack in my personal opinion. A little bit used without a doubt, but for $2.49, I ain't complaining, and I'm super glad to have found this at the thrift. That is for sure. Certainly no complaints on my behalf. Moving on to the next find after I put down the pipe rack very carefully. I don't want to break it, of course. But moving on to the next find, which is the fifth find of today's haul, we have a shirt. And we can see it has a texture. We can see in specific that this shirt has the texture of a more thermal top type shirt, I will acknowledge. And just unraveling it just a little bit, we can see, well, it's a nice black color. Feels pretty nice. Definitely feels like maybe a mix of polyester and cotton. Not exactly sure though. I actually can't remember off the top of my head. Unfolding it a little bit more though, we can see there's some hints starting to come in about what this really is. We can see it's got a little bit of a thing right there. Oh, what's that? What's that right there? What's that? Oh, is that a Carhartt logo? Yes, it is. Yes, it is. This is a quarter zip Carhartt like thermal top that I got at the thrift shop for $5.29, and it fits me overall quite well, if I do say so myself, with or without wearing a shirt underneath. And so as such, I'm thinking on really cold days, unlike today, as it feels amazing out here right now, I'm probably not going to end up wearing this until like literally next winter in all honesty. But on really cold days where it's like a high of 30 or something like that kind of thing, I'm going to put on like a nice short sleeve shirt under this top, and then I'm going to put the top on over, and then a sweater over that, and then a jacket over that or something like that kind of thing. Like, I've already got a couple thermal shirts and whatnot kind of thing, but none that are like a quarter zip, where if I get like a little bit warm, I can kind of like unzip it and stuff like that kind of thing. Like this, I think it's a really nice idea. Now, really the one complaint I have about this shirt isn't the color, it isn't the condition. It's in good condition. It looks like it's probably been worn a handful of times max. It's overall a good color. I really like black as a color, especially for thermal tops. I think it's the best color to have. Either that or white, but I'm personally a sucker of black clothing. I'm a sucker for black clothing. I will acknowledge this is my personal preference, what I enjoy wearing. But my one complaint with this garment is the price. Now, the price I paid, $5.29, I don't think it's a bad price, I'll acknowledge. But thing is, at the thrift shop, I found this at, well, they have bins. And clothing in the bins is $1.29. Now, sweaters hanging up, those are $5.29. And so I was looking through the sweaters, got done looking in the sweaters in the men's section, stuff like that, walked over to the bins, found this one like buried a little bit underneath. I was like, cool, Carhartt, tried it on. I was like, I'm getting this. $1.29 for some Carhartt, can't beat it, you know what I'm saying? I get up to the cash register, and the lady behind the counter is like, yep, sweater, $5.29. And I was like, well, no. I found that in the bins. Bins are $1.29. Like, I'm not going to try to haggle, but like, I found it in the bins kind of thing. I don't want to get charged $4 more than I'm supposed to get charged. And she was like, no. Even if it's in the bin, if it has a zipper, it counts as a sweater. I've never had anybody use that logic on me at that thrift shop before. Like, if it was a thrift shop that I'm not used to going to, I would totally be like, it is what it is kind of thing. But this thrift shop, I have gotten hoodies out of the bin before. $1.29 for a hoodie out of the bin. But just because this has a zipper, it's a sweater. Like, this isn't even a sweater, this is a thermal top. Like, maybe if it was like really oversized, it could be a sweater. But this is more of a thermal top than anything. I was like, nah. But I'm not gonna complain too much because it's still Carhartt for $5.29. While it might have not been as good of a deal as I was hoping, it was still a pretty good deal because I'm like, Carhartt for $5.29. I really can't complain. And I do think y'all, part of the reason why the price was raised on me, because this was not an individually priced item, I will acknowledge. I do think part of the reason the price was raised on me is because she flipped it over and she saw the Carhartt logo and she was like, all right, I can charge $5 for this and he'll still buy it. And she was right, I did still buy it. But I did feel a little bit scammed because I was like, it was in the bins. But hey, it is what it is. It is what it is. Maybe it was originally hanging up and she knew better than I. I've got no idea. I found it in the bins. So I don't want to come across like I'm super irritated or that the person checking me out was evil or anything like that kind of thing. I don't think that. I think she was just doing her job, of course. But from the consumer's perspective, thinking I'm going to be paying one price and then getting a different price at checkout, it's just not it. It's just not it. I will acknowledge. But don't want to complain too much. I said either way, $5.29 for this. I think banger deal if I do say so myself. And I'm looking forward to wearing this in the future. That is for sure. Yes, sir. Cannot complain. And overall, very, very, very satisfied with it. And that was the fifth thing that I got at the thrift shop in the last couple weeks or so. The sixth and final item that I bought at the thrift shop in the last couple weeks is a little bit of a throw blanket. I like my throw blankets. I especially like throw blankets that have this sort of like texture and they have a design on it and everything like that kind of thing. I really like, oh, my phone just said it's on 20%. I think we'll be okay. I think we'll be fine. But I really like throw blankets with like funny designs or interesting designs or cursed designs, in all honesty. I like my throw blankets. I just like having them like where I could just have them in my car or just on the sofa or just on the bed. If I just want an extra layer, I just put another blanket on there. It's just a throw blanket kind of thing. Like, it's cold in the room, need another layer, all good, because I got plenty of throw blankets kind of thing. And I found one and I was like, you know what? This one goes kind of hard. $4 for this blanket right here. And I was like, man, I'm going to go ahead and pick it up. And I'm very glad that I bought it, I will acknowledge, because I got to actually stand up to show y'all this blanket. And I'm thinking I might need to adjust my camera as well, because, I mean, like, this blanket, while it is a throw blanket, it is a little bit large. And I just realized maybe I should just back up the chair. I think I'm just going to back up the chair, honestly. I think that's going to be the best way to run it. But let's go ahead, unfold it once, just like that. Unfold it again, and we're starting to see a little bit of a design. And if we unfold it one more time, two more times, there we go. Is it upside down? I think it's upside down. No, it's not. This thing is actually, I'm like, this maybe is a bit bigger than just a normal throw blanket, but let me just stand up and try to hold it back real quick if I can. I just don't have a lot of room to move around right here, I will acknowledge. But this is the throw blanket, y'all. That's the throw blanket right there. It's got like an angel or some on the front of it. And I was kind of like, yo, low-key, this kind of go hard. But I wasn't like sold on it until I saw the back. Because the back is just inverted, and honestly, it looks kind of cursed. And I really like how the back looks. I'm like, I think the front goes pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. Like, I really like this sort of aesthetic, and I really like this sort of like style and stuff like that. Like, I'm a fan. But the back do go pretty hard. I'm not gonna lie. I really like the purple and stuff. I think it goes super hard. I will acknowledge, I like this throw blanket. I like this excuse me. I like the throw blanket. I ended up picking up quite a bit, that is for sure, and I'm very happy with it. I like how it looks. I think the design goes hard. Quality-wise, it's in great condition as well. Looks like it has never had anything spilled on, and honestly, probably never even been used. I think it goes pretty hard. $4 was a worthwhile purchase for it, if I do say so myself. Was a worthwhile price to pay, if you ask me. Feel like I got a burp real quick. Excuse me. Think we're all good. But overall, I'm a pretty big fan of my throw blanket that I just showed y'all. Let me know what you guys think of the design in the comments down below. And let me know what you guys think of all the items that I purchased over the last couple weeks or so. Which one's your personal favorite? I'm curious to find out. I'd have to say probably my personal hierarchy of the items. I'd have to say in order of favorite to least favorite, which least favorite is not really like F tier or something like that kind of thing. It's still like a very solid like A tier. I don't buy items that I don't like. But I'd have to say probably my favorite item I purchased is probably... I gotta admit, I think my favorite item that I've purchased is probably the pipe stand. I've just been looking for one for so long. I gotta admit, this is probably the favorite item that I purchased in the last couple weeks from the thrift shop, and it's my favorite item that I've shown off during today's thrift haul. I'd have to say, probably my second favorite item is the orange Casio F91W iconic watch. Great looking colorway, something that honestly I'd low-key been wanting for a while, so very happy to have purchased this one as well. And actually, I purchased these two at the exact same store at the exact same time, which is really funny. I had two really good finds at the exact same time. I ain't complaining, that is for sure. I'd have to say probably my third favorite pick would have to be the Coleman Oscar cooler from 1979. I don't remember if I showed y'all how I know that this cooler is from 1979, but it has a little bit of a date on the bottom right there. Just says 1979, so I can tell that this cooler was made in January of 1979. And it just says, made by the Coleman Company, Inc., Wichita, Kansas, USA. Yes, sir, yes, sir. Third favorite item I've picked up in the last couple weeks. It works great as well. I quite like this cooler, I will acknowledge. I'd have to say probably my fourth favorite item is the Timbuk2 Backpack that I got. Great deal, fantastic deal. I'm like, it's probably like a 120, 130, 140 backpack new, or 130, 140, 120, 130, 140 dollar backpack new. Got it for $5. I mean, like, banger deal. Cannot complain. Great quality, great condition. Cannot complain. Love it. And I'd have to say probably my fifth favorite item is probably the blanket. I really like this throw blanket. With my sixth favorite item being the Carhartt quarter zip, which I think is going to go hard during the winter. This might get bumped up to 5 out of 6 when I actually start wearing it, but for the moment, it's 6 out of 6, as right now it's not really, well, long sleeve weather in any way, shape, or form, and it's especially not thermal weather, that is for sure. Overall, though, I'm very happy with everything that I purchased. And that's my hierarchy of everything I purchased and showcased during this haul today. What do you guys think of the haul? What was your favorite item, as previously said? Let me know in the comments down below. I'm curious to find out what you got, what you guys think of each and every single item. But yeah, I think that's just about all I had to say. I think that's just about all I wanted to say during this video today. Hope you guys have enjoyed watching. If you guys have enjoyed watching, of course, please make sure to like and subscribe for more content. I have my Instagram, my book, my merch, my P.O. box, and my other channels all in the description down below. Go check them all out. My P.O. box may be closed by the time this video goes live, though. I will acknowledge, so do keep that in mind. Make sure to check the description. But thank you so much for watching. Till the next one, y'all. Stay safe in peace and have a great one. Oh, wait. I just realized. I didn't grab a screenshot for the thumbnail. I forgot to do that. I'm going to do that real quick. And I'm going to use my two favorite items. I'm going to use my two favorite items for the thumbnail. Maybe I'll grab one with this backpack too. Yes, sir. You know, I gotta be grabbing the thumbnails, you know what I'm saying? Yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right. I think one of those will do. Almost forgot to grab myself a screenshot for the thumbnail of this video. Almost forgot. Didn't forget though, so it ain't a big deal. But thank you so much for watching today's video where I gave you all a full tour of my insane, totally, definitely, absolutely insane $24.77 thrift haul once again. Thank you so much for watching today's video, y'all. And hope you all have enjoyed. To the next one, y'all. Stay safe and peace and have a great one. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. You know what I'm saying?